Charlie X-ray, I'd like to go to company for a sec, call you back. Roger.
Dream Theater is known for coming out with some very interesting chords. Also known for using some very exotic scales. Coming from the song Pale Blue Dot off of Distance Over Time, we have this section. This is approximately 5 minutes and 44 seconds into the song. This nervous system crushing chord comes in. Let's take a listen and then we'll break it down. That chord is essentially, if I'm going to play this on piano, it's a weird one, but it sounds so cool. So I'm going to play it. Alright, the notes from left to right are F, A, but it's an A an octave higher than the third, so we're going to call it the 10th. And then in the right hand we have an E flat, a G, and a B, which is an augmented chord, because it's essentially like if you do the major triad but bring the B flat to B, you raise that 5, you have an E flat augmented. So this is essentially an E flat augmented over an F10. So very weird name, very unique spelling for a chord. Again, the 10th comes from the F with the A an octave higher, and then the E flat augmented is in that right hand. So it's an E flat augmented slash or over an F10. And as you can see, it's very jarring, but it fits the part perfectly. So now that we know the name of the chord, where does it come from? It essentially comes from the whole tone scale. The whole tone scale, much like the diminished scale, is a symmetrical scale. A symmetrical scale is essentially where the intervals that make up the scale that are used, they're in a repetitive pattern, or they use the same interval throughout. So with a whole tone scale, you're using whole tones or whole steps in between all the notes. In a major scale, it's a unique mix of whole and half steps in a very specific order. But with the whole tone scale, it's all whole steps from beginning to end. So we're essentially pulling this chord from the D flat whole tone scale, which would essentially just be D flat, E flat, F, G, A, B, and then of course D flat. There is a whole step between all of those notes. Even the scale gives you the vibe of the chord, right? They have that very similar kind of quality to them. So, Pale Blue Dot, the E flat augmented over F10, coming from the whole tone scale. I hope this was informative and interesting. I thought it was cool when I discovered it. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you like what I do, please hit the super thanks down below, leave a comment, hit the like, subscribe if you're new. If you really want to get involved, I have a channel section for members where you're getting videos that have not yet been released to the public, and in some cases you'll get videos that I will never release to the public. So if you like this kind of stuff, head over there. I'd appreciate it. For 99 cents a month, you get everything there. You could literally sign up for 1 month, see it all, and leave. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next time. All right, on the next one. Thank you. Have a great one. Bye.